Charles Grodin.
He's great, right? He's in 4 episodes.
Is he?
So anyway, I
Is
knew
once?
that the 4th episode is the beginning of a 6-episode story.
Oh, okay, great. Yes.
And then after that, there's a 2-episode story, and then another 2. So all the rest are connected.
You know what makes Charles Grodin so brilliant? He's just hanging out eating his sandwich.
Yeah.
And as a viewer, I'm like, eat the fucking sandwich and get acting. But he took his time.
Oh,
like,
he made a whole thing of it.
He just was taking his time before he was going to acknowledge and talk to Louis about what was going on in that scene. But the brilliance of that, to just make eating a sandwich
it was written that way. I mean, he definitely wouldn't have taken it upon himself
to just take that long.
Right. And I certainly would have cut it if he just did it. It would have been like, what's he doing?
That's funny.
I eat the sandwich.
Oh,
he's a really great guy. He's very funny. And
I
loved having him around. It was actually hard to shoot with him because it was so fun to talk to him.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I had to have the AD kind of, I told him, just don't, because they were all very reverential. And
of course.
Like, just tell me when we have to work again, because he's got a million great stories.
I bet.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
That and another thing, there were so many fucking just hilarious moments in the 4 episodes that I watched.
The poker scene with the Jimmy gang.
With all the guys again. Right. And that goddamn joke with the guy at the elevator, the construction worker.
The Pinocchio joke.
Was that hilariously like, no, that's not the joke. I fucking loved it. I know that guy. I've worked with him.
You are that guy.
I am that guy. And there's so many moments like that. Like the whole storyline, obviously, of each episode is very well written and very fun and just so natural. But then there's these moments of just hilarious little parts that are in there. I can't tell you how much. I thought, as far as just seeing 4 episodes at the beginning of the season, I thought it looks like this is one of the best seasons.
I think it's my favorite one, maybe. Yeah. But I don't know. They're all have different things I like about each season.
Hard for you to tell.
Yeah. I know. I can't think back that well. But this one feels like, I mean, we spent much more time on it. We took a lot. We shot like 60 days. Usually we shoot 40.
Wow.
So
really?
It was literally like whatever that percentage is more.
Whatever it is, that much more.
A third more.
A third more. Nice work.
You were missed. Taking the year off, it seems like it was a good thing for you, huh?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Because I just took longer to execute the season. I took longer to write it and longer to shoot it. And then editing it was nothing because we were so well shot.
Yeah.
So then it was just assembling it. Usually editing takes a long time when you didn't shoot well. So.
Oh, right. So,
you're trying to fix it all.
You got to
fix it in the mix.
Yeah.
You got to explain the subway thing again.
The what?
The subway. I was obsessed with the fact that
the subway rules.
No, just you filming on a subway train.
Oh.
And how'd you get access to one?
Oh, well,
how does that work again? Because, I mean, as you see it, you're like, oh, my God, I think you got the platform shut down for an afternoon. Of course, that didn't happen.
No, it's hard to shoot in New York City subways. It's a lot of rigmarole and...
language, yes.
Sorry about that. You gotta they obviously you need to get a permit and they need to the way it works is that there's one train that they let you use.
Right.
It's the shuttle train that all that train does is go from Grand Central to Times Square.
Oh, okay.
The S train.
Right.
The S train has no other route. It just goes between 2 stops.
Right.
Oh, shit.
So that's the train they give you, and they give you those 2 platforms that you can use, and you can't shoot until, you can't start shooting until about 10 o'clock at night. So they shut down the S train.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a way busier one than I would have. That's a pretty busy line.
But at that time of night, nobody's much on it.
Who's going over there?
And they only shut down one... They don't shut down the whole S train service. It basically gets cut in half. They let us use one. And then the rest of it, we actually asked to use. This was more ambitious than we've ever done on the subway. That we asked to we used 103rd Street at Lexington.
Right.
But that was not using the train. But you have to go. We were like, all we're going to do is run around the platform, and they said you can't touch a train. on those other ones. You can't go near a train. I'm like, totally. And then you get permission based on that. And then once you have that permission, you go, we just want an actor to get off the train. We won't put a camera on the train. We just want an actor to get off the train.
Right.
Yeah. And then they go, but not on the train. You can't show an actor getting on the train. You go, totally. And then on the day and the moment, you go, look, the train's, I'm just getting on as a human. I actually was saying to them,
I'm going.
I have a Metro card. I'm getting on the train.
Right.
You can't stop me from getting on the train. So you try not to burn too many bridges with them each time.
Yeah.
But it's a pain in the ass.
That's why I wanted to ask you about, because it seems exhausting, and you write this really, really good storyline, and now you have to work around the city's rules.
It's very hard. New York City is a really hard place to shoot in some aspects. Yeah. It's also great, though, because they're used to it everywhere, and I love it. It's fun. You got to get in shape for it, though. That was hard.
Up and down those stairs.
Yeah, and all of this stuff. Just running those kind of shoots is really exhausting. And that one, because we have to start shooting at 8 p.m., so we wrapped around 6 in the morning.
Wow. Well, are there regular people just getting on and off the train that you're just kind of filming yourself?
They're all extras. So we feel that's also, it's very expensive, and when you have that many extras and you're trying to create a random moment,
right? In
order to shoot it right, they has to be the same every time. So they actually have to tell every fucking person
where they randomly should move.
Yes, and then everyone has to reset, and then you'd have the moment happen again. I'm amazed. I have my AD. Our assistant director is this guy Adam Escott. I'm amazed how he's able to do it.
You use you do the extras thing well. Like there's so many movies where they have the construction work. Of course they dress him in.
It looks like that guy would be.
But we had to ask you if that was extras, because they really just blend in well to the scenes.
Yeah, it's important to feel like it's a real place, I think, and then also to try to get actors to feel like extras a lot of the times, especially people who are supposed to just be some guy, and then they pop out and do something.
Because I've heard that extras sometimes want to make themselves stand out, so they do something stupid.
It's actors. I wish actors were more like extras. Some extras are geniuses at seeming totally real.
Right.
Like in the subway thing, I'm not going to give away the story, but at the end of this terrible thing that happens where I'm yelling at my kids and stuff, there's one guy. I kept the shot longer than I should have as far as the timing, but this one guy on the platform did an amazing job of like looking at me and kind of shaking his head, and it was for him a very private moment. Just going, man, that's fucked up. Like you could see, and it was so real. Like I was just an extra. He probably got paid, $80 for 12 hours of work.
Wow.
But some actors, when you're going to talk to somebody like a construction worker or whatever, that if the actor looks too acty.
Right, exactly.
It's like if you're watching a movie and the main character goes to buy a newspaper and, Al Pacino runs that newspaper kiosk.
Right.
I wonder if that's going to figure in. I wonder if I wonder if that's the part.
I remember we did some scene in a bar, and it was so funny. Some extra just kept trying to move himself to get in the scene, and Louis got annoyed. He goes, that guy's really annoying me. He goes, no, just stand over there, and he put him 8 feet out of the camera.
Shit.
That was it for him.
But still make him go stand there and do something.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. I remember that guy.
Yeah, he really bugged you.
There was a guy who was just supposed to stand from the waist down. You're supposed to see him because he's behind somebody who's sitting. And he's supposed to stand there holding a tray, like a waiter tray. But he held it the way he just stood holding the tray was so like he was trying to throw it like a discus. It was so awkward. And I fired him. And told him to go home.
You got a great eye for that stuff. You could pick that shit out in other TV shows and movies. It drives me nuts. It's supposed to be just dumb background stuff or whatever. The Seinfeld episode too. People are going to be talking about that was
that went really great.
It's hard to talk about these episoes because no one has seen them
yet. On TV yet.
You don't want to wreck it.
I could ask you this: Where did you get the Hamptons house?
We just
that wasn't in the Hamptons, was it?
Yeah, sure it was.
It was, okay.
All that was right on the Hamptons.
And you could just rent a Hamptons house like that?
Well, we have a locations department, and they're very good.
Yeah.
Jeff Cairn, the location guy. They go to places, they go to the area where we want to shoot, and they drop leaflets in people's, there's some places they get rented out a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of movies where I'm like, I've shot in that place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There's a bunch of places that always get.
Always get used.
They can't wait to have you.
Yeah. But there's other places that, you go approach somebody. These guys there's an art to that. Like going to knock on somebody's door. Would you mind if we
amazing
break at least 3 things in your house?
How accurate was that as far as Jerry goes?
Jerry?
Did Jerry have to act for that at all?
Jerry, it's funny. No, he's such a sweet guy. He's one of the nicest guys ever. He never talks to me that way. No, he's a very nice guy.
hilarious.
Well, when I opened for Jerry back when I was like 18, he was a little rough with me, but he probably should have been. If I had an 18-year-old comic open for me, I would be reflexively mean to them, I think.
Right, really?
Just, what the fuck do you think you're doing, But, no, Jerry's a very sweet guy. And I think it was very generous of him to be, he was pretty cold in the thing.
It was so funny to watch, man.
Yeah. And throws me under the bus for the audience. And
completely.
Yeah. Thank you.
I like how he gets upset at you because you should have known, like when you show up. And
I'm not sure that came across. The thing was that
it's hilarious. Louis, he's like, Louis, the Hamptons.
Right. Yeah.
Fucking benefit.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, you should have known.
And I look like shit. And also a thing I don't know if it was lost in the audience is that it was supposed to be a 5 o'clock show.
Right.
The show starts at 5 and I showed up at 5.
Right, yeah. Because under your breath, it's 5. 5.
Right. I got to admit, I stole that a little bit from Goodfellas.
Oh, really?
You remember it when he's like, it's my mother's name.
Yeah.
When he keeps saying it. Remember the guy who has the car?
Oh, it's my mother's name.
When I say don't buy anything, it's my mother's name. Don't buy it. Then it cools down and they stop talking. And he's just like, it's my mother's name. What's that? And he's so I did it. I was being that guy, and
What's
I said,
the matter with you?
It's at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock.
It's at 5.
Amazing. I think people are going to love the episode. So,
do you get suggestions on set from people? Like, hey, how about if I do that? Or maybe we could do that.
Like Colin rewriting fucking Crocodile Dundee 2?
Because you seem like you would handle that really rather well.
Yeah, you just kind of go, oh, yeah, no. 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 Yeah, let's go ahead and do what's written.
What I've planned.
Yeah.
I got a great idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to do, like, to not want to be a people pleaser in those moments, just to kind of do what you got to do.
It's not hard.
No?
No, I don't have a hard time shutting somebody down. I really don't. Like, we came here to do something.
Did that come with a couple of seasons, or were you like instantly?
Well, I haven't had a lot of people trying to change shit. But if somebody's got that kind of gumption or that in them, that spirit, that spunk,
you want to crush
it. It takes once or twice. You just go, no, don't do anything different.
But like the guy with the...
And then they lose the... You got to have a lot of fucking nerve to go like, well, I'm going to keep trying.
Right.
Yeah, or the guy with the tray, like just the ability to tell that guy, like, you're doing that wrong. Yeah, like, I'm such a people-pleasing fruit. Like, just the fact that you could do that is...
That does come with years of experience. Because at first you do, as a director, you want to be like, I want everybody to be happy here. I want everybody to say I was the nicest director they ever worked with. And you do that a couple times and you get fucked. And then you watch the show, it's not what you wanted, and then other people criticize it, and none of them name the guy with the tray.
Could have been taken care of right there at the moment.
So after a while you go like, I don't give a fuck how much anybody likes me.
That's not the important
We're getting
part,
this right. Yeah. And also there's a kind of instinctive reflex with crews that they want to say this is the greatest show ever, but it's a way to keep you happy so that you don't push for much.
Right.
So I've always assumed that we're under the gun, that we're not going to have a good, that we're going to not do well if we don't try hard.
Yeah.
But also a good crew they wanted to do a good show. Everybody wants to do good work.
Sure.
So I could get a little tough on the set as far as trying to get it right. And I think everybody likes it though. And also I don't keep people late. I don't do that. I don't stay till fucking 2 a.m.
But they also know you're a nice guy in the end too.
I don't know if they know that.
I think Louis C.K. difficult to work with?
I don't think
that'll be the headline now. TMZ. Right. Louis admitted he's very difficult to work for.
Well, we're getting to that point where we got to tear Louis back down to earth, right? That's what we do with our celebrities.
Well, GQ.
Enough of that.
Well, now you're in.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty fucking...
Did you ever think you'd see yourself on the cover of GQ magazine?
No, I really didn't want to be on the cover.